Hey everybody, Johnny Cage here, welcoming you to a game review for Lonely Mountains Downhill, released October 23rd, 2019 by developer Magagnon Industries and published by Thunderful Group. Today we'll be looking at its release on the Nintendo Switch, though it is available on just about any platform you might want it on. In Lonely Mountains Downhill, you will speed down or coast at your leisure through 4 different mountains, each of which include 4 different trails, which will be unlocked by completing various challenges in different difficulty levels. Whether by completing the trail in a set amount of time, or by completing it while only crashing a certain number of times. And as a reward for tackling the various mountain trails, you'll receive new customization options for your rider or paint for your bike. You can also pick up bike parts, which are used as a sort of currency in the game, to unlock different bikes featuring different stats for the frame, suspension, and wheels of each, from the incredibly quick Javelin or the drop-resistant Geronimo. What I love most about the gameplay is how hectic or relaxing you can make the experience for yourself. On one hand, you can race down the mountain attempting to pass each checkpoint as quickly as possible for a new personal best, and if you crash, and you will, over and over again in fact, there's no need to be concerned, as the game is quick to put you right back at the start of the last checkpoint you made it to. Or you can simply press B to retry if it looks like you're going a bit slower than you wanted. Once you have reached the bottom of the trail, each of your times will be displayed along with how it compared to your previous best, and a rank of how you compared to the world in each segment. From here you can also view a variety of filters, including a normal run compared to Free Rider, which is a mode where you attempt to complete the course without wrecking once, a set period of time, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, or all-time records, the 4 different mountains and their respective trails, individual segments and the trail in the daytime or at night, the night trail offering a distinct jump-in challenge as you attempt to traverse a trail armed with nothing but a headlight and your memory of how the trail is laid out. On the other hand, once your concentration of trying to beat your own best times or those of other people around the world has been shot, there's no need to end the game there. You can still enjoy trails in the previously mentioned Free Rider mode, where you can casually take on a trail while trying not to take a spill, but one mistake and it's back to the very beginning for you, not just the segment, as there are no checkpoints available. And while you're at it, why not try to take some time off the beaten path and try to discover the 4 relaxation points, which can be quite hidden away on each of the 4 mountains, where you can sit back and enjoy a breathtaking view of all the polygon goodness before getting back to the ride. The controls in Lonely Mountains Downhill are those of a tank, meaning whichever way you move the analog stick is the direction your biker will move as well. And while it may take a few tries to get this down correctly, the game really should be praised for how tight the controls are, and it shouldn't take long before you are effortlessly controlling the bike, and each mistake feels like the player's fault rather than the game. Other than that, shoulder R accelerates while shoulder L brakes, and A uses your sprint gauge, a simple control scheme that suits this game perfectly. Visually, the game goes for a low poly look, which reinforces the simplicity of the whole title. I found the lack of details to textures along with some of the vibrant colors lent itself to a visually stunning look that didn't distract from the core gameplay. And the audio is nothing more than what you would expect while traversing a mountain trail all by yourself, which is to say it's just sound effects. From the spin of the tires to the brakes squealing on a sharp turn, as well as chirping birds and wind wafting through trees, though you do get a bit of guitar strum if you can find any of the trail's hidden relaxation points. Lonely Mountains Downhill comes in at $20 American on the Switch with a file size of 888 megabytes, and as someone that prefers to get an hour's worth of entertainment for each dollar spent, this game has already proven to be worth it for me. If I did have any negatives at all with my experience, it would be that the mountains could be a bit more varied, as 3 of the 4 almost look as though they could be different trails on the same mountain, the exception being the Sierra Rivera Desert. Also, I would have appreciated an option to turn on a Ghost Rider that ran a segment based on your personal best so that you could look for ways to improve your routing, as I did run into times where I thought for sure I had shaved significant time off my run, only to find I had hardly shaved any off at all or was actually in the red upon crossing a checkpoint. But those 2 minor issues aside, I would be perfectly happy recommending this game to anyone regardless of what genres they are a fan of, and give Lonely Mountains Downhill a score of 9 out of 10. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you would like to stay posted on new game reviews as I upload them, please click the subscribe button, as well as checking out the link in the description below for my Twitch channel where I stream most evenings. I'll talk to you all later on.